is Jessica with Chapter Chicks, and I'm here to talk to you today about Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. This book was published June 7th, 2011 by Quirk Books, and it has 328 pages in the U.S. hardcover edition. We have all had a family member, whether it's our grandfather, our mother, or our sister, who have told us fantasy stories about their grand adventures. As we grow older, we eventually realize that most of the stories are made up. But what if they weren't? How far would you go to discover the secrets of your grandfather's past? For Jacob, he goes all the way across the world to an island to find an abandoned house, to see whether or not the flying girls, the boys with incredible strength, and the monsters that were chasing them all are real. Once he gets there, he learns some things that change everything that he knew and will make him wonder whether he should have stayed hidden. Okay, so first of all, I just want to say that the coolest thing about this book is the way that it's made. As you can see, it has this really pretty cover. And then with the dust cover off, it's this cloth, pretty well-made book. And then when you open it, it has color, which some books usually have color right here. But it has color throughout the entire story. Each of the chapters have their own dedicated page with their own little color thing. So I saw that and I'm like, wow, that's cool. But what's even cooler is that it has pictures throughout the entire thing. And the pictures are what is telling the story. So there are all of these creepy photographs. And every photograph is an important part of the story because he uses the photographs to tell the story. Like, he will mention something like a girl in a bottle, and you'll see there's a picture of a girl in a bottle and a baby flying, and it all has to do with the story that's being told, and it all fits into the story as the character is finding them and seeing these things for himself. And the cool thing about this is, if you read the back, it says that these are all actual photographs that Ransom Riggs has found, and he wrote a story around the pictures. So that is so cool. All of these pictures are supposed to be really real pictures, and then Ransom Riggs just went and wrote this amazing story about all of them. But there are some really, really creepy photographs in here, and that adds to the complete eeriness of the entire story, and it makes it really, really good. So let's talk about the characters. Jacob is our main character in Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, and I thought he was a really great protagonist. He was really adventurous. He took a lot of risks that I don't think I would have taken without putting more thought into them. So reading this perspective was very interesting because it wasn't what I would expect a main character to normally do. And yet, here he is doing all of these crazy things and leading us all of these crazy places. I think the other characters in the story were really cool as well. I don't really want to say too much about them for spoiling, but there are some great supporting characters and some great personalities developed in this story. I really hope there's a sequel. I'm not sure about that. If you know anything about it, leave a comment and let me know. But I really like this book, and I hope there's a sequel, and the characters got a very good start in it. The best thing about this book is the plot. Like I said, there are the amazing pictures throughout the entire story that kind of help tell the story a little bit more realistically to you. But that's not the only thing that's so great about it. It really leaves you guessing for a little while. You really don't know what is going to take place. You obviously know that something crazy is going to take place, otherwise there wouldn't be a book. But you don't know how far it goes and how warped it kind of gets. It was a very fast-paced read. I was constantly trying to just flip through as fast as I can to figure out what happens. Now, as I've said, the pictures are one of the things that make this book really cool, but the writing really supports them. I don't think that I could have taken a collection of photographs and wrote an entire book about it and a whole group of characters, a whole plot, a whole climax, all this stuff. And you'd think that that would seem kind of forced when someone did that, but it's not forced at all in this book. It could have been a complete story without the pictures, and it still would have been amazing. So I think that's totally awesome because To me, using pictures like this could kind of just be like a gimmick to get people to buy your book. But it's really, really supported. So it doesn't feel that way at all. And I was kind of worried about that when I started it, but it did not feel that way at all. And I'm so glad that I picked it up when I did. Okay, so the cover is absolutely gorgeous. It's the flying girl. If you can notice, she's a little bit off the ground. And that is one of the pictures that were found that he just discovered. And there's all these pictures on the back, and all of these pictures are in the story in some way. I know that light's kind of bright, so I don't know if you can really see them or not. But yeah, so it's awesome. This is a very pretty cover. I love the way this book is made. I wish all books were made this way. And it wasn't any more expensive than other hardbacks are, so I don't see why they're not made this way. Because I figured using these pages, it kind of has like, the pages are kind of thicker too in a way. And you'd think that it would be more expensive, but it's not. So I don't know why all books aren't made this way, because book lovers like live for this kind of stuff. We like the books that have that extra special flair. So I do this thing on my on the blog that's called the It Factor, and that goes into the rating of a book. And this book definitely has the It Factor. It's so creepy, and it's definitely paranormal. And it's just one of those books that I think that everyone should read. It's one of those books that I do not think has got enough hype yet. I really enjoyed it. And I think it's something that anyone can enjoy. I think if you're a boy, if you're a girl, if you like darker books, if you like lighter books, I think that this is something that you can enjoy in some way. I gave this book an A on my grading scale. So definitely go check out Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I really like this book. I think that this is a book that everyone should check out and get on their shelves as soon as possible. I'm Jessica with Chapter Chicks. This is my review over Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. This chapter's for you.